Welcome to the match preview, ladies and gentlemen. It is AJ, that is Michael, and we thought we'd bring you, a little preview for Inter Miami since it is on a weeknight, and Lionel Messi, whether he will play or not, we will get into it. But we will have the Five Stripe Weekly episode later on this week for you. But we figured that we went a couple hours for the post-match live fan reactions. So, you guys got a good bit of kind of review on the previous match that ended up being kind of a crap show anyway. So, if you want a little bit of a recap, you can definitely go over there and watch that. We will put it in the card there for you. But, so Inter Miami at the Benz at 7:30, and whether it's going to be Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba, Julian Gressel, we will find out. But at least for what it looks like going into the match, Inter Miami are in first in the East. They have 62 points. Next up, right behind them is Cincinnati at 52 points. So even without Lionel Messi, right on their heels. But even without Lionel Messi, they have been absolutely obliterating the league. And that just shows you how deep Tata Martino's Inter Miami is, the Herons. But we are in 10th, unfortunately, with that loss to Nashville, who are no longer. We got them out of the wooden spoon territory with that loss. And we're still in 10th. We're 2 points away from DC United. And as far as a rock solid non-wild card playoff spot, we're 7 points away from Charlotte. So even with that 3-point swing, which was very mightily important, still not enough quite yet. But Inter Miami, they did beat FC Cincy 2-0 this past weekend. So, Lionel Messi, he got a brace. It's, just a little bit perturbing. But, no, wait, I'm sorry. Inter Miami beat Philadelphia 3-1, and yes, Lionel Messi still got a brace. But either way, that is the sitch there. And
the third goal came from Luis Suarez from an assist by Lionel Messi.
Yeah. So Lionel Messi is definitely he's back. Whether he's going to be playing this match, well, that is the great question, because he did talk about fatigue, and basically he revealed how tired he is. And essentially after playing 90 minutes. And, it being a weeknight, and then on top of that, of course, we play on turf, there may be a factor that he may not show up on Wednesday. But, and then there's maybe some talk, at least, what you've heard. So, Mike, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the turf, Mike Conti's talked about this, as well as some other things. Messi's played on turf this season and last season. Played at Foxborough, he's played at Charlotte. So it's not that he will never play on it, or some kind of in his contract stipulation, of course. No, it's that perhaps he just favors grass, as pretty much I would expect most athletes do, fairly or not fairly. And so he probably just goes, if all is equal, and then the turf is the one determining factor, he just go, maybe I'll sit this one out or something like that. That's just player preference. He absolutely can have that preference. They built such a cushion in the stand that they don't need wins, especially away wins, when there could be a difficult game in hostile territory on a difficult pitch, and when you're dealing with past injuries that have been cropping up once in a while, and then he had that big one from Copa America. He's essentially back, but they want to continue to have him for long term, especially making a run into the playoffs. So having him take an injury at the later stages of the season would be hyper traumatic. So on top of whether or not Lionel Messi will play, which is, I mean, I don't think it's likely. I just don't. He played 90 on Saturday. It just doesn't make sense to me if I'm Tata Martino to do that. I think his team, unfortunately for us, can get the job done without their star players, and it looks like that will likely be the case. So if we look at what Mike Conti said, he said that I haven't seen this anywhere else, but I believe Inter Miami will be without Thomas Alvarez and Sergio Busquets Wednesday in Atlanta due to yellow card accumulation. I haven't verified those numbers in terms of their card accumulation, but if that's the case, that's another big piece of theirs, two big pieces of theirs, out for the game. So if it's just like maybe Jordi Alba, if it's just Luis Suarez, I don't know if just saying just is hilarious to me because these are world-class players. But one of them alone can make the difference. We don't have a player of that caliber on our team. So it's going to be us having to play up to that level, which, to be perfectly fair to Atlanta United, we have in the past, including this season when we beat Miami in Miami when they had a lot of these star players. Exactly. And that goes into some of the conversations at the press conference that was had earlier this week. Actually today, I think. So do you want to talk about that, AJ?
Yeah, indeed. And so, it's, you have Rob Valentino talk about it as well as Saba. And, Saba, he did mention, essentially it is something maybe to the effect that, they maybe play down in up to competition. And, with Inter Miami, of course, wanting to play with the ball, there is, just by proxy, more space to operate in. And, possibly and probably more opportunities for us to be able to go at their goal, counter, and he's definitely one of the bigger proponents on the team to be able to do that. Now, Rob Valentino did kind of squash a little bit of what Derek Williams apparently was saying after the match. Of course against Nashville, that one moment early on where a kind of early tackle pretty much set the tone for the match, and that Atl United really weren't able to recover, especially a really blazing hot start from Nashville, in which they were able to take their chances and really put us kind of under the gun a little bit. And I mean, Rob Valentino just really kind of called that out as just all excuses. Very much not something that he preaches. Very much not something that he and his coaching staff are wanting the team to adopt as their ethos. He pretty much is, it's by any means necessary, and it's definitely not good enough. He was very much unhappy after that match. Did pretty much kind of quote that, it's like, there weren't really any positives. Like, he's pretty much happy that that match is behind him and behind the team, and that's Inter Miami. While that was also a really good result early on in the season, we of course played them to a 2-0 win in their home. Well, now they're coming into our house, and whether we're gonna play with the ball or not, a lot anyway, I doubt it. But I think it's in that respect, I mean, Valentino, he also is saying that 2-0 win also behind us. We have to start afresh. It
wasn't 2-0 against Miami at their house.
It was, though.
Messi scored a goal in that game.
Well, either way, so it was.
We're talking about the Miami.
Yeah, it was 3-1
in Miami.
Yeah, it was 3-1 in Miami.
3-1.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And so as well, so the last 6 games for us versus them is basically dead even. 3 wins for us, 3 wins for Inter Miami. And, it's definitely interesting because, as far as kind of winning home and away, I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem to matter, really. It's really just about, at this point, if we can put the ball in the back of the net. And, Inter Miami are a very good team at doing that. They're very clinical, obviously, with this, the spearheaded of Suarez and Messi. There have been over 2.5 goals scored in 12 of Inter Miami's last 13 games. So almost at a 3-goal clip. So, that's scary. Inter Miami have also won 9 of their last 10 matches in MLS. And, they've been winning at both full-time and halftime in their last 5 MLS matches. So that's according to Who Scored. Yeah, I see your face right now, Michael. I mean, how does that read for you?
It doesn't bode well, AJ. It doesn't bode well. I'll tell you that. When you're looking at a team like us who has been struggling with so many things, the list is so long. And then you see a team like this. This is exactly why last time, if fans who watched the live show for us, on the post-match streams, I said I would do some, chug some beers if we end up beating Miami in Miami with Messi and their whole gamut there, and we ended up winning. I just thought there was no chance, there was no snowball's chance in hell that was going to happen. Somehow it did. And again, the way I see this game is there's just no snowball's chance in hell of us winning this game. However, I'd be willing to eat my words once again, because I mean, listen, very few teams are ever going to be able to get to say that they beat Miami with Messi at Miami. Very few teams in MLS are ever going to be able to say that during his time here. And we get to say that, and that's special to me. So, in terms of writing off the season, has been a failure, blah, 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 at least we can put that feather in our hat, and I'm willing to just, be happy with that.
Yeah, but how about the double against them? Because we have the chance to be able to do that. And
I can't. No logic, statistics, probable reasoning, all of that goes out the window when you talk about something like that. But hey, that's why sports is played, because you never know what's going to happen. So that's why. And hey, based on what Sabalov Janisse said in the presser, this, and what Rob said as well, this team is going to be out there with something to prove, which is what they should have been last game against Nashville. They should have been because Nashville had something to prove. They were a animal pushed up against the wall with nothing to lose, and they went and they fought like you'd expect them to. We wanted to see that from our guys. We didn't. So the message is going to be loud and clear in terms of what Rob Valentino can control himself, is getting that motivation and getting that, that intensity and that, the tenacity that is needed in this game that, just was lacking in the last one. So I expect to see that, which is a really interesting and fun recipe for a game in which we've beaten them in the past. Unlikely, why that happened, I just don't. It's wild to think about, but it happened. We're gonna have all of the motivation in the world to redeem ourselves after last game. And so what you're going to see is, at the very least, Atlanta United pushing as hard as they possibly can against Miami. And it'll be really interesting to see how Miami handles it.
Right. And because, they are a team that's at least, kind of with maybe some of the ways that we should attack them. They're not a team that's great at defending counterattacks. They can be had. We've exploited that before. But we definitely are a team that needs to score first here. That's always the case, but it is where, Inter Miami are a good team at protecting their leads. So very much we cannot go down first. We really have to bully them a little bit as much as we can. And, maybe, if it's a little bit of afters, if it's a little bit of shithousery, we need to do everything we can. And I think that's really the crux of it, probably all season, is that that's been missing. We're not a team that essentially does anything and everything to win. And in this match, whether it's with Messi or Suarez, yes, absolutely, Like, that's what needs to happen. Can it happen? I mean, we've proven it in one sense in one game, so against them. So it might be possible, but I think the main thing here for Atlanta United is obviously, we have to finish the scoring chances, and we have to limit the number of mistakes that we make in the back, because they've been a bit rampant. The types of chances that we've given up are just kind of boneheaded. Not tracking the runners, not making sure that the player that's can and shouldn't punish you, they almost always do. And the likes of Benteke, the likes of Messi, it's those guys that really need to be kept track of, and kind of just neutralized as much as you can. But and they obviously are great players for a reason, because no matter what the defense is, they still find a way. But you also have players like Julian Gressel, who's only got 1 goal this season, but he's got 9 assists. So he still can find that final ball, and even if Messi doesn't start, you might still have Gressel with just that kind of searching ball to find Suarez in the box. So it still is tough going. They're first for a reason, and it's going to be tough for sure. But
what I want to say is that we prevent boneheaded mistakes that lead to goals. I don't want Miami to score an easy gimme goal. Like, we shouldn't be giving the best team in the league gifts. We need to make them work for it. And they are talented enough that they will, and probably, they can, and they probably will be able to make something of it themselves, score a worldie or some nonsense like that. But make them work for it. Make them earn that. Don't give them anything easy.
Yeah. And so, we definitely will have to play up to the competition. And, we have proven that this season that we can, with, scalps with the likes of Inter Miami and Columbus. So, stranger things have happened. But as far as the odds, the odds are against us. Basically, Inter Miami have a very, very high chance, according to Who Scored. Essentially, let's see, what is it? What's the conversion here? It's a 2.45 chance, which is much higher than us to win. The other percentage of us to actually win, 2.55. So it's actually kind of interesting. That's the next probable thing to happen. But a draw is least likely to happen, according to Who Scored. So someone's gonna win, it seems like, and
that's fair.
We'll find out. But let's get into our predicted starting 11 then. Guzan definitely between the sticks. Amador might or might not be available. That is,
I doubt it.
Yeah, gonna be very, very tough. With that head injury, and he was completely wrapped up, and had to be just taken off the field immediately after the after that collision. So, Lennon probably going to be the right back. Probably Matt Edwards as the left back, probably. But what do you think?
Yeah, because Hernandez is also out. Yeah, I mean, who else?
Yeah, we did see Luis Abram, in the left back position at the end of the match with Cobb when he came on. It might be that's where Abram is the left back, but I mean, if there is a bit of pace, I mean, he will be having to go against Messi. I would, I think it's probably Abram with his experience, but either one, Edwards or Abram, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you think? Abram, Edwards, somebody else?
I would say probably Edwards. That would be my guess.
Okay. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot for the young gun, and it's also this. It's like either way, if it's Gressel, in that position, I mean, he's got all to do, and very much Derek Williams will have to do everything he can if he does play as well.
Yeah.
That's definitely a question too. But Stian Gregerson, he went down a couple times in the match, but he was able to stay on, so hopefully, he will be able to as well start this match. Man, it's a crapshoot. Like, I don't know who's going to be starting in defense. All I know is it's probably going to be Brooks Lennon, and color me worried. But
I think Stan will be there. I mean, a lot of the hits he took were like upper body, so I think hopefully his legs and everything, and his knee specifically is still hopefully fine.
Right, exactly. So, hopefully if all goes well, it's Gregerson and Williams. But as well, so into the midfields, Schleich and Fortune started the match. You had McCarty come on later. I mean, I don't know. It's a midweek match. It could go several ways. Muyamba did come on later on as well. I think it's a combination, maybe. I think it's maybe Schleich and Muyamba who start this match.
Yeah. Tristan should be fine, even though he didn't light it up last game. So hopefully he'll just be a little bit more good to go this game, and Schleich is probably our best starter for that, and then substitutions if necessary later on, which likely will happen.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll find out. I mean, Fortune, I think he's played a number of minutes recently, and I think, even though we've just come back from an international break, but, I think there are some maybe minutes management in mind here, so that's why I think Muyamba will start. But let's get into the wings. I think Saba on the right wing, that's the easy part. The left wing, Sean De Silva, whether he's actually healthy enough for this match or not, he did have to come off early, and it's still a little bit of a mystery if he is ready to go. I would bet that he is not, but if not, we have the crop to choose from with Mosquera, with Wolf, with Brennan. But who would you go with?
I think Wolf probably. I hate to say it, but don't want to knock the guy, but it's just this is a tough game to ask someone like Wolf to start. But I still very much value Mosquera coming in late as a substitution. I think you get the most value out of him that way. So I think that's just the best play if Wolf can just kind of get us over the hump, keep us alive, which, is a big ask. So who knows if that'll happen, but I just think it's probably superior starting Mosquera or Lennon and then putting on Wolf later. But so we'll see. That's probably what I go with.
Yeah, I think it's Wolf because I think he offers a little bit more solidity in the defensive actions. And so, Mosquera, I agree. It's, the Energizer Bunny at the end of matches is probably where he's best utilized. So, definitely.
To talk about ZAND for a second, I don't know if everyone heard, but it was let slip that he's been having essentially like a season-long foot injury he's been playing through. So I don't know whether or not that has impacted his game significantly this season, and it could be a reason why we have seen a bit of a slump from him. A bit is a euphemistic of sorts, but it is what it is with him. I guess maybe that can temper some people's opinion of him, but I mean, it doesn't explain why a lot of the other guys on the team too have had significant slumps around the same time. So who knows?
Indeed. And so it is definitely something that maybe should have been nursed, and maybe you should have had some time off. But obviously, it's been a difficult season for availability for a lot of the squad members, and so definitely, if that is the case, it's tough to hear, but I think it is maybe why you sometimes see some players kind of make sure that they are 100% before they actually come back from an injury, or really sit out for a while, because this is what you can see. Like, people might actually think that, okay, this is the real Xande Silva, maybe, if they don't actually hear about what actually has happened. So really tough situation either way. We've suffered, he's suffered, and our left side has suffered. So I think Miranchuk in the middle, I think that bit is obvious. Even though I don't know if he's going to last the full 90, I think he's going to probably come off a little bit in this kind of midweek for some minutes management, since we do have a match 3 days right after that. But up top, who do you have? Rios, TRA?
But if the game is close and there's a good chance we can get the W by keeping him on, I don't know. Do you do it? I don't know. It's a tough call. We'll see. Yeah.
It is. I would, but it is one of those things where, I mean, there are moments where, you might want to just kind of like, okay, well, we have to take him off anyway. I know Pineda probably would have. He did those.
Plan sub. No matter
exactly,
what.
exactly. No matter what's happening in the game, and it's just like sometimes it just kills our momentum, and especially when the players on the pitch, we were doing well. Like, sometimes you have to keep the status quo of what's going on, and then kind of weather that, and then bring another player on in a more kind of strategic moment, but not just 65-minute. Automatically have to do it. It's just, definitely was brutal. But I think, can he last 80? I think he can. And, hopefully, if we have a favorable scoreline, or if we don't, he comes off before then, so we can save him for New York Red Bulls.
I feel like we have so many subs planned.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It will probably have to be, and as with Inter Miami, I'm sure. But as far as who you have up top as the striker, who do you think?
They neither one did great last game, so I don't think either one earned the spot. But over collectively, I think Rios has probably been a little better. So that would be who I suspect, as long as he's okay.
Yeah, I think the thing is, for me, I think he might be. I'm not sure if this is his game to start. One being, he just started this last match. It seems to be a kind of a rotation between he and TRA each match as well. And I think TRA is probably more the counter threat in this one. And especially what we're needing to do. I think, for us to be able to maybe press high, also as well get in behind, TRA is more of that guy. And so
I can see that,
that's who I've got, and then Rios probably comes on 70th minute mark or so. So
another playing substitution.
Yeah, probably, but
use them all.
Yep, exactly. I mean, we've got 5 for a reason, I guess.
Hey, thank goodness it's not 3 anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's the starting 11 for each of us respectively. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. So that gets us to the score prediction. What do you got?
If anyone says they're confident in what they think they know the score is going to be in this game, I gotta tell you, you're not using any tried and true methods for arriving at that conclusion. So I'm just gonna say 2-1. It could be either team. I'm gonna say Atlanta because I'm an Atlanta fan. So that's what we're gonna go with.
Man, I wish it was. I have a feeling it's going to be 3-2 Inter Miami. yeah, they've been scoring just goals in bunches, and even if Lionel Messi does not play, I feel like they have enough goods to probably eke out the win. It's gonna be entertaining, I guess, with the number of goals that I'm predicting. So, at the very least there. But yeah, I obviously would hope for a 2-1 win instead. So, kind of predicting 3-2, hoping for a 2-1. And we'll go from there. But you guys let us know what you guys think in the comments below. So that is the match review there and there. And yeah, for Michael, I'm AJ. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We will see you in the next video.